Welcome to Big Grandmother's Adventure. I'm Josh. This is my wife, Randy, big daughter, Raylene, my son, Daniel, and this is day 2 of our road trip to Alaska. We are going to be leaving Governor's RV Park in Casselton, North Dakota here in just a few moments and heading to Lorne Calvert Campground in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. We've got about 370 miles till we get to the border crossing, and then about 150 or so miles after the border crossing till we get to our campground for our second night stop. So, what did you guys think of sleeping here last night? Pretty good.
I slept horrible.
Slept horribly. You said you didn't even wake up and hear the storm.
I didn't, but I still didn't sleep good. I woke up so tired.
Oh, you didn't sleep enough. How about you?
I'm exhausted. I haven't worked on sleep, so
I think we mentioned in our day 1 video, not the best campground, aside from all the other reasons that we already mentioned in the last video. It is right next to I-94. And you would think I-94 in the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, wouldn't be too busy all night long. That was not the case. A lot of vehicles traveling through there, making a lot of road noise. I woke up at least once to a semi-truck using their Jake brake or engine brake. It was very loud. And then we had quite the thunderstorm last night, too, that woke me up. A lot of thunder and heavy rain on the roof. But I think I got enough sleep, so I'm ready for the long drive today. Slightly less drive than we had yesterday, but so then we pull off to get there.
yeah. Another thing that I noticed about the camp area is that at night they leave all the lights on, like all the street lights and the floodlights, so you don't need a flashlight when you go up to go down to the bathroom. It's so bright out.
I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
I'm saying, like, if we don't have shades on your camper.
Oh, that'll be shining there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's finish packing things up and hit the road. Been driving for a little over an hour. We just left the interstate, I-94, so we are off the interstate for the rest of our trip now. Going to be going through remote areas of northern North Dakota until we get to our border crossing in Portal. So let's get back on the road. stop for lunch in Harvey, North Dakota, kind of the middle of nowhere This has definitely been the most boring part of the ride so far. Very long, straight roads, but the plus side to that is a little bit better gas mileage on these flat, straight roads with slightly reduced speed limit. It's been 65 most of the way here, so getting closer to 10 miles per gallon right now compared to the 7-ish that we were getting on the interstate for most of the trip. So we got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours till we get to the border now. So let's get back on the road. For gas before we hit the Canadian border. We're still about 44 miles from the border, but stopped here in Kenmare, North Dakota. Time to get back on the road. We've only got about 3.5 hours left, not counting however much time it takes for the border crossing until we get to our next overnight stop. For bathroom and gas. We got just about an hour left until we get to our next campground for the night, so let's get back on the road. end of day 2. We've actually been at the campground for about 4.5 hours already. It was raining a little bit when we got here, but the rain didn't last very long. We had a little bit of dinner while it was raining, and by the time we finished our dinner here, it stopped and it got really nice out. Clear blue skies, sunny. We opened up the ramp on the trailer, set it up as patio, and sat out there and enjoyed the view of the river from our campsite. We're back right up next to the river here. Really nice. What do you guys think so far?
Really boring drive.
Boring drive. We did drive another 9 hours today. It was about 511 miles. So our total is around 1,100 miles and 19 hours of driving so far. The 9 hours we did today, of course, included stops and a border crossing. The border crossing actually didn't take very long at all. There was only a couple of cars in line ahead of us, and it was quick and easy. They just checked our passports, asked us what we had in the trailer. I said, just clothes and food. They asked us where we were going. We said we're headed to Alaska. We're going to stop in Banff and Jasper. And they asked if we've been to Canada before. I said, yep. When's the last time you were in Canada? That was a few years ago for me, but actually it is yours and your very first time in Canada, or actually first time leaving the country at all, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Canada so far? Pretty nice.
It's cool.
It's cool. Kind of boring so far. I take back what I said earlier about North Dakota being the most boring drive. Saskatchewan is far more boring than North Dakota was. At least we did get through some hills and things in North Dakota, but Saskatchewan has been pretty much completely flat and long, straight, boring roads with absolutely nothing around, just fields, some oil rigs and not oil rigs, oil pumps, and mining operations, but really kind of nothing out there. So, yeah. But we're glad to be here for the night and excited for tomorrow. I think had a few little hiccups when we got to the campground here. We discovered that we have a leak. We hooked up the water to the campground water and turned it on, and we had water start coming out from underneath our fridge. You can't see it, but over to my right there, kind of where the fridge meets the shower in our trailer here. Water started leaking out once we hooked up to the water supply, and it's something where the connection is, because the fill ports and the water connection to hook up to the campground water supply are actually right behind the fridge on the outside of the trailer. If we turn the pump on, we get water leaking in here. The pump is actually over underneath our bed, but there's no water in that compartment, thankfully. I can't figure out any way to access where the water seems to be coming from, short of maybe having to take the entire fridge out. Not something I'm going to do when we're on the road here. So we're going to have to figure out something else for our water situation. Might have to wait until we get back to get that fixed. So a little bit of a bummer, but we're not going to let that ruin our trip. We'll figure something else out for that. You guys excited to get to one of the main stops tomorrow? Yeah. Tomorrow should be a much more interesting drive once we get through the rest of Saskatchewan and across most of Alberta. Start heading up the mountains just past Calgary. And I think it's going to be really beautiful, and I'm super excited to see Banff National Park tomorrow. How about you guys?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Cool. Well, Daniel, what do they need to do?
You need to like and subscribe.
Do what the kid said. We're not even halfway through this trip yet. Like I said, we've made about 1,100 miles so far. We're doing around 8,000 miles total. You do what my son said, you can follow along with the rest of us. We'll hope to see you tomorrow for day 3. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.